Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 2, titled Say Anything. I don't know what that means, but let's get started. This was kind of dull. I can't wait for the other couples to join because, these couples are stale. Let's go. First couple, Gino and Jasmine. Gino goes over to his uncle's house to have dinner with his relatives, his cousins, his uncle wife. Because he's getting ready to leave to Panama, so he's having one final dinner with them. And they compliment him on his new clothes. They question him on who is paying for Jasmine's new luxurious apartment. How do I know about that? I don't know. They ask him about a prenup because last time he was on the show, a prenup was mentioned. They showed a clip of the tell-all from the last season that they were on, and they showed a clip of Jasmine saying that she is not signing a prenup, and if they get married and she comes to the States, and Gino messes up, she is going to kick him out and take everything. Okay, so now Gino wants the prenup, but he is too afraid Jasmine will blow up at him to ask for the prenup. He is terrified of that girl. His family is his family's telling him to stand up to Jasmine. Don't let her push you around. Don't just go along with what Jasmine wants. And Gino agrees with his family, but he's scared to death of Jasmine. Next, Jasmine is out having drinks with her friends, and they give her butt plugs. She asked them for it, so they got it for her. Butt plugs. She wants to have anal sex with Gino. So she wants to train her butt to prepare herself for Gino. Two things. First off, Jasmine cannot convince me that she's never had anal sex before. Her butt's already trained for that. Okay? Second, Gino don't want her from the front. Why do she think he would want her from behind? Jasmine tells her friends that she does not like Gino's relatives because they question her love for Gino. They think she's an opportunist, which she is. Jasmine tells her friends that she is going to talk to Gino about having a will, giving her everything. The will is going to state that she gets everything because if he dies, she will have nothing and she doesn't want to have to deal with his relatives. Go figure. That's something. She's something else, isn't she? And Gino is dumb enough to do that. He is dumb enough to create a will and give her everything. He'll do that because he's afraid she'll dump him. Anyway, next, Gino's uncle Marco, I think his name is Marco, takes Gino to the airport so that he could fly to Panama to be with Jasmine. The uncle is hoping that Jasmine treats Gino better than she did last time. Last time they filmed, I think, is what he's talking about. Because Gino's been to Panama back and forth since then. He tells Gino not to allow her to push him around and to stand up for himself. And the uncle says that Jasmine bounces her boobs in Gino's face and Gino's common sense just goes to jelly. The uncle is hoping that Jasmine signs the prenup. Uncle, that will never happen. Okay? Gino thinks that Jasmine truly loves him and they can work everything out. Poor delusional Gino. So Gino gets on the plane and 5 hours later, he's in Panama. Jasmine is at the airport to pick him up, and when they see each other, they hug and they tongue each other down right there in the airport. And she kissed him all over his face with her red lipstick. And Jasmine said if they weren't at the airport, she'd be kissing something else or somewhere else on Gino. Next up, Riley and Violet. I don't like Riley. Nope. Riley goes to visit his father. They sit down to eat curry goat rice and peas. The father asks him why can't he find a woman in the States, because he told his father that he's going to Vietnam to finally meet Violet. But the father's like, why can't you find somebody here in the States? His father told him that he is afraid for him to go to Vietnam, and he doesn't trust, the father said he doesn't trust Violet. He told Riley that he has 150 texts that Violet sent him that Riley doesn't know anything about. One of the texts said that your son don't love me, he only loves himself. He doesn't know how to love, so he'll always be alone. That's what Violet texted Riley's father. Riley said the time Violet sent these texts, they were, going through a rough time. They were having problems. During the time that she sent these texts to Riley's father, Violet and Riley were going through problems. But he was still upset that she sent these texts to his father. He thinks Violet is trying to manipulate his father. My question is to Riley, why did you give Violet your father's number? Why did you do that? If he didn't want Violet texting the father or contacting the father, he should have never given Violet the father's number. But Riley is pissed, and he doesn't Riley is pissed, and I don't understand why he's pissed, because Riley likes to think about the things in the past. This happened when they were not together or when they were having problems, and that was in the past. This is not now. It's not happening now. She's not texting the father now and saying anything about him. This was when they were having problems, or it sounded like they were broken up, actually. So I don't know why he's mad now. Just like he's still mad about her saying that she was divorced when she wasn't, and he's mad about her not being on mad about her being on the app when she wasn't supposed to be on the app. These things happened in the past, and you forgave her. So why are you bringing them up now? So Riley is thinking of hiring a private investigator to investigate Violet because he doesn't trust her. I think she need to hire an investigator to investigate him, because we don't know nothing about him. We don't know nothing about no Riley. So Riley told the investigator that he wants to know. This investigator is in Vietnam, so he's FaceTiming the investigator to let him know what he expects from this investigation. And Riley told the investigator that he wants to know if Violet is really divorced and if she's really off the app. He can find that out on his own. He doesn't need an investigator to find that out. What the hell's wrong with him? Riley told the investigator that he has a copy of Violet's passport. Why does he have a copy of her passport? What? The investigator told Riley that he can find out where Violet lived, where she worked, and they can follow her and find out who she hangs out with, who she associates with. I think that's crazy. I see why Riley's other women left him. One cheated on him and the other one just ghosted him. I see why they did that. The investigator is also going to be taking pictures of her and doing videos of her. Poor Violet. I'm sorry for her. That's such a violation of privacy. Next up, Tyree and Carmilla or Kristen. So we pick back up where we left off with the producer telling Tyree that the person he has been talking to is not Carmilla. It's a man named Kristen. Tyree is shocked and embarrassed. He can't believe that he is being catfished. Tyree told us that Carmilla did ask him for money and he said no, but she started to ignore him, so he started sending her money. Tyree said he sent Carmilla from $50 to $100 a month, and then she kept asking for more. So later, Tyree sends a message to Carmilla that says, this is the message Tyree sends to Carmilla. It says, "Is it true you lied to me? You tricked me?" Then he says, Babe, how could you? They told me you were a man. They tell him that Carmilla is a man and he's still calling Carmilla babe. Anyway, Carmilla is not responding to Tyree's text. And Tyree is hoping that what the producer told him was a mistake and Carmilla's phone was hacked. The next scene, Tyree meets up with his brother and sister and he tells them all about Carmilla. He told them that he went to Barbados to meet Carmilla, but she did not show up. And he tells them that the producer found out that Carmilla is a man named Kristen. His siblings are shocked and appalled. So they decide to listen to a recording of Kristen with one of the producers. As soon as they turn the tape on and Kristen's voice come on the recording, Tyree gets up and runs off. Next is Amanda and Razvin. I think that's how you say it, Razvin. I don't like Amanda. Amanda is trying to find a father for her kids, and Razvin is not it. He told her that. He told her, I don't want to be a father to your kids. I'll be their friend. And she is still trying to find out if he's going to be a good daddy for her kids. So Amanda is on her way to Romania to meet Ravzin. It's Ravzin, I think, for the very first time. We see Razvin on the streets of Romania videotaping himself and he's on TikTok unbuttoning his buttons. He claims he's an actor, he's a singer, and he's a social influencer. He says he wants to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Keep on dreaming, Razvin. Keep on dreaming. He says he mostly makes his money by receiving gifts on TikTok. I guess he takes off his clothes, shows his body, and they send him gifts. And he trades that in for money. And that's how he met Amanda. She said she sent him a rose on TikTok. That's exactly how he met Amanda. Yep. Razvan said that 70% of his followers, he told us how many followers he has, I forget. But he says 70% of his followers are female. He said Amanda is special and he fell in love with her. He said this is his first long-distance relationship and he can't wait to meet her in person. So Razin meets up with a female friend of his. He tells her that Amanda is coming to Romania tomorrow. And the friend asks Razvin, what's so special about Amanda? How come he just fell in love with her? What's so special about her? And this friend is pretty cute. How come he's not in love with her? She better looking than Amanda. And she's right there. She's in your country. She speaks your language. I mean, what's up with that? Maybe they used to fool around. Maybe. Because she's very cute. Anyway, Razvin says Amanda, the friend asks Razvin, what's so special about this Amanda? And Razin says Amanda supports him. She is loyal. She cares about him. And she would do anything for him. Is that so? She'll do anything for you? Okay, we find out that Razin was married before. And his marriage only lasted 6 months. And he said it was due to jealousy over his career. Well, if you're taking off your shirt for women who pay you for it, of course your wife would have a problem with that. Razin or what is that? Razvin. Of course your wife is going to have a problem with that. He tells his female friend that he wants to live with Amanda either in Romania or in the United States. How's that going to work? She has 2 kids. She going to leave everything she knows, going to live over there? Anywho, I think she's getting money from, I don't know, she's probably getting money because of her husband died. She's probably getting money from that. Because I don't think she works. Anywho. I don't know why he wants to live with her. He doesn't want to marry her. And he doesn't want to be a father to her kids. So he just wants to shack up with her because he doesn't like long-distance relationships. Next scene. Amanda arrives in Romania and Razvin goes to meet her at the airport with a teddy bear. That was cute. Anyway, they met and they hugged and they kissed, but Amanda was acting standoffish. She is the one that left both her kids, spent thousands of dollars on a plane ticket, and traveled thousands of miles to meet this guy. Now she's acting all shy and standoffish with him. She told him not to put his tongue in her mouth when they kissed, and she told him to stop staring at her. And now is not the time to act shy, Amanda. So when they get to Razvin's apartment, Amanda's kids call her, and she FaceTime with them, and her son wants to see Razvin's bedroom. And then she tells the son that I'll be sleeping on the couch, and Razvin will be sleeping in the bedroom. Why did she tell him that? He didn't ask none of that. He just said he wanted to see the bedroom. She said she'll be sleeping on the couch, and Razvin will be sleeping in the bedroom. I don't know why she told the little boy that. He didn't ask none of that. I'm not a fan of Amanda. She seems to think that Razvin is going to be a father to these kids, when he already told her no, he's not going to be a father. She said, do you think you can be a father to my kids? He goes, no, I don't want to be their father. I want to be their friend. He told her that, but in her mind, he's going to be a father to her kids. She claims she's over there to see if he can be a father to the kids. How can you see if he'll be a father to the kids if they're in the States and you're here? I mean, how are you going to gauge that yeah, he's going to be a good father to my kids or for my kids? How are you going to gauge that by visiting him for 3 weeks? Girl, I don't like her. She's also being a bitch to Razvin. She sees tissue by his bed. Where's my tissue? I have my tissue. Oh, I think I left my tissues at work. I usually have my tissue here by my bed. It's just for me to blow my nose when I sneeze or whatever. It's not for anything crazy. But she wants to know why he has tissue by his bed. Why can't he have tissue by his bed? It doesn't matter what the hell he uses it for. He says to use it, for when he has sex. She says, oh, for when you cry. When you cry after sex. And it went right over his head. He doesn't know what she's talking about. He's looking at her like, huh? He don't know what the hell she's talking about. And she's laughing because it's funny to her. Anywho. Then she's annoyed because there's no room in his bathroom for her to put her stuff. She's so rude with it, too. She puts her brush on the sink and it fell off. She goes, there, see? I don't have anywhere to put my stuff. I mean, what are you going to do? She's just being mean and bitchy and rude. I don't understand. She's the one that's coming to visit him. Then she gets ready for bed, and when he strips down to his tidy whitey, she turns her face, and she gets red in the face, and she covers her face up. I don't know what's happening to her. She's a grown-ass woman with 2 kids. What the hell's wrong with her? She's the one that flew thousands of miles to be with him. So, don't act like you don't know what's about to go down. I mean, girl, bye. I'm not a fan of Amanda. She is the one. She sends him sexy photos of herself. And, with barely anything on. Right? And then she flies all the way to Romania to see him. And then she says, we're not having sex tonight. What the hell are you there for? To see if he's going to be a good father to your kids? I don't like her. Last but not least, we have David and Shayla. I think that's how she pronounced her name. I was saying Sheila, but she said Shayla. So David is on his way to the airport. He is going to the Philippines to meet Shayla for the very first time. David is worried because people in the Philippines don't know sign language and don't know English. That's what he says. He is also worried about flying because he can't hear if the announcement change, if the gates change. He can't hear any announcements. So David is hoping that when he comes back to the States, he'll come back as an engaged man. He thinks that when him and Shayla meet, they're gonna run into each other's arms, hug and kiss. I think David has been watching too many movies. So next we see Shayla. She's in the Philippines. She tells us that she got pregnant when she was 16, but she broke up with the guy because he was too young. She was 16 and he was young? He was younger than 16? I wonder how old he was for her to say he was young, so she broke up with him. he wasn't too young for you to sleep with him, but he was too young to be a father. Okay. Anyway, she tells us that they have no running water, and she has to go to a pump and pump the water out of the pump in a pail and bring that water to the house. That's how they get water. She lives with her parents, or they live with her, I don't know, and her 12-year-old son. The house is small, and the roof is gone because they had a fire and a typhoon. Shayla said her and David video chat, but it's hard for them to understand each other because she doesn't know much sign language. But she fell in love with him anyway. Shayla told us that when she was a kid, she stuck a broomstick in her ear and bust her eardrum, and that's why she has a hearing problem, and she wears a hearing aid. She said when she gets in the future, she won't be able to hear at all. I think that's what she said. Anyway, both Shayla and her parents are hoping that David will repair their house. Shayla tells us that she was working before the pandemic, but now David supports her and her family. Next, Shayla goes shopping with her friends to find a sexy outfit to wear to the airport to meet David. Her friend asked her if she saw David naked, and she said, yes, it's yummy. She said it's yummy and it's red. Why is it red? Why is it red? I don't know, David. Shayla said David showed her his eggplant and he is horny every day. She said it's okay because she's horny too. She also said that both her and David are jealous. So they're going to be checking each other's phone. Shayla said her jealousy started when her ex cheated on her. Shayla said because of her jealousy, her and David fight. David didn't mention none of this to us. She is worried about them not being able to communicate in order to work out their problems. David did not tell us anything about this jealousy problem. Anyway, that's the end. That's the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you. Bye.